This is a W.S. Darley model C811 four-way traffic signal. Its design is one of the oldest designs that you're likely to ever see restored and functioning. It was based on William Potts' original traffic signal, and Potts was a Detroit traffic police superintendent who is credited with creating the first three-color electric traffic signal. Potts' signal, like the Darley here, only used 3 bulbs. Each bulb was in its own compartment and shone in all 4 directions. As a result, while one street would have our customary convention of red on the top, yellow in the center, and green on the bottom, these 3 bulb signals for the cross street had to have green on the top, yellow in the center, and red on the bottom. You can see how the signal works when I come around to the other side because I've removed one of the side plates. The Darley signal had 3 advantages over the original Potts signal. First, the sun visors were far more extensive, which provided necessary shading on bright days. The Potts signal used railroad technology and lenses that were designed to project a narrow beam down a long railroad track. The Darley used a diffused wide-angle lens that could be seen by motorists and pedestrians alike. Finally, the Darley signal was what they called in the old days self-regulated or automatic. It didn't require policemen to operate it, as it had a Reynolds time-o-matic controller that controlled the lights. Now, the yellow light in these early signals was a little different in meaning than what we see today. What it was basically indicating was a caution that the light was about to change. And so the yellow light would come on for a couple of seconds, then go out, and then the light would change. This particular signal was manufactured through the end of World War II. It was pretty primitive by today's standard, but rugged and economical. It was said that any town could afford a traffic light. And in fact, it was later boasted that at one point there were more Darley C811s sold and in service than any other single make or model of 4-way 3-color traffic signal. This is a Darley C810 2-color fixed 4-way traffic signal. These signals are pretty popular back in the 1930s and 1940s. As you can tell, it didn't have a yellow light. The signal itself was pretty simply designed. It had 2 chambers, and in each chamber was a light bulb that shone in all 4 directions. So therefore, on one street, red would be on the top and green would be on the bottom, while on the cross street, green would have to be on top and red would be on the bottom. These are powered by a simple Reynolds time-o-matic 2-circuit controller. There wasn't much warning when the light changed colors, which in the early days when streets were small and traffic was at fairly low speeds, it wasn't a big deal. Light changed, you went after you knew for sure that all the other traffic in the intersection had stopped. It could have been a problem if you were coming up on a red light that turned green, but traffic coming the other direction hadn't stopped yet and you were still moving forward. So eventually the standards changed, and with these old 2-circuit signals, there would be a dark out period of about 3 seconds before the signal changed. If the light was out, you knew that the signal was changing. It was about the same as a yellow light. Or red would come on over green for 3 seconds, which would indicate the same as a yellow light. This particular signal still has the original sequence from the original controller when it was first made.
Electric Avenue. Avenue. Electric Avenue. Electric Avenue.